So today we're going to talk about something that's really interesting and something that was actually a question posed to me by a member of my group. So it's all about, this is what she said. The more I work on myself, the worse I feel, right? So this is although surprising, right? Because you think, oh, I'm starting the spiritual path. I'm starting to kind of work on myself. I want to be a better person. Why do I feel crappy? Why does my life, it seems to be falling apart in some specific area, or everything seems to be falling apart, right? It does happen. So, it's kind of surprising, but it does happen, and it happens more frequently than you would think or expect. So, committing to a spiritual path is kind of like going through a detox. So, when you do a detox to clean your body of toxins, typically you feel worse before you get better because you're purifying your body. You're shifting to a healthier, cleaner, lighter state of being. And those toxins will aggravate your body as they exit, right? They do one last sort of attempt to toxify you or something. And then, of course, you're going to have discomfort. You're going to experience an aggravation of symptoms, right? So the same thing happens when you embark on a spiritual journey. The elevation of your vibration changes, right? And the quality of your energetic field becomes lighter. There's a shift. So you are actually moving from a slower and denser way of being, right? Because when you're kind of in those lower energies, there's a slowness. The energy field around you is dense. Things materialize for you slower, right? Like whatever you intend to manifest, you have to work hard. You have to do it sort of the old-fashioned way. Also, when you do something bad, right? Like the karmic reverberation, the consequences of your actions are slower to catch up with you. Everything has to move through that thick, slow field, right? But then suddenly you shift, right? You enter a lighter, higher, faster vibration. So one of the things that will also speed up for you, because one of the pluses, of course, you're going to manifest faster. You're in a higher vibratory field. But the downside, because everything is duality, right, is that you will also experience a speeding up of the law of cause and effect. So old karma that may have taken years or lifetimes to catch up to you now suddenly shows up very quickly. And this is not to make your life hard, but it's for you to deal with and process, to clear out all that junk that you've accumulated, all the mistakes you've made, to clear them up so you can jump to a higher plane of spiritual being, yet another higher plane of existence and spirituality. And when you transcend, right, when you're complete this lifetime, that you're in a whole other level, whole other grade level, right, in the other side, which is really why we come, down here, right, to evolve, to grow, to jump to a whole nother level of spiritual existence. So your increased sensitivity and awareness, is also makes it harder for you to live on autopilot or just go through the motions, which is frequently what happens when you're in a lower, denser field. And we all see that people that just kind of sort of go do their usual thing. Their life kind of takes on a certain predictability. There are not many surprises, right? They just kind of, like live their usual lives. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's usually you're not progressing and evolving very quickly. Yeah, that's why people come back to this reality so many times and repeatedly to learn those lessons because they got kind of stuck in that sort of a earthly kind of merry-go-round, so to speak, and that mill. And it takes them a while to learn, takes them a while to progress. So if you're thinking, that sort of thing only happens, right? If you're thinking, well, Yeah, I'm kind of sort of interested in being spiritual. I'm sort of starting to kind of like read some books, or I joined a group, and that sort of purification, that sort of like intense detox only happens when you are super committed, right? When you're a deeply spiritual monk, or you're meditating somewhere 24/7 in an ashram or something like that. Then I can see why I would go through this like intense jump in energy. But that's really not true. That's not the case. Just the intention, the commitment to following a spiritual path is enough to start this process. Just putting your attention in this direction and taking some steps forward starts changing the energy field around you. Just your desire, like I'd like to be better, I'd like to become more spiritual. I'm feeling this deep curiosity, this passion towards expanding in this direction, right? Or this particular spiritual group or this healing modality is very attractive to me, and I don't know why. That's a push. That's you shifting the field around you. So I hope this kind of answers your question, in terms of why things get worse before they get better when you embark on a spiritual path. And I don't want to make these things too long or verbose, but I am super open to your comments, to your questions, to your feedback on what you want me to talk about, what is interesting to you. Thank you. Thank you for watching, for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Same place, same time.